Understanding the new engine technology for this car has become a major science project all in itself. In this video, we're going to talk about the camshaft timing, both intake and exhaust, in this vehicle. These Theta 3 engines started in 1922, and they address both emissions conditions and also power capability, and they run a very high compression ratio of 11:1. And in order to deal with that high compression ratio, they have to mess with the cam, and they have to constantly look at the timing to prevent engine pinging or engine knock. This video only addresses camshaft timing, but keep in mind that the ignition timing of the spark is also very crucial to keep this engine running properly. Looking from the passenger side of the engine compartment, this is the variable force solenoid which controls the exhaust camshaft timing. Most cars use an oil control valve with a solenoid built into the end of it, which plugs into the cylinder head, and this controls the vane pump for the exhaust camshaft phasing. The Theta 3 engine does things differently. Here you can see part number 24370 Bravo is the phaser cam for the exhaust camshaft. Here's a picture of a typical exhaust valve cam phaser. You notice there's veins in here, and the oil gets on one side or the other side of the vane and moves the vane. There's also a locking pin at the top. That locking pin locks when the engine shuts down, so that when it first starts up, it doesn't rattle until oil pressure builds up. And the part number 24355S is the oil control valve, which is operated by the variable force solenoid, part number 828440 Charlie. Here are three views of this variable force solenoid, which simply has a pin in the middle, and the pin pushes the oil control valve to control the cam phasing for the exhaust camshaft. Next, we're going to talk about intake cam phaser control, which is this E-cvvt motor behind this cover right here. This is actually a physical motor which has limited motion for varying the intake camshaft timing. This slip ring assembly has 4 brushes on the back side, and these brushes are what actually run the commutator of the motor. This intake camshaft motor has a sun gear system shown right here, which you really can't see, and the motor does not keep up with the entire camshaft rotation. The motor only keeps up with the changes of the camshaft timing. So some people mistakenly think this motor runs as fast as a cam. That's not true. The slip rings of this motor wear out with time. As you can see right here, there's wear on this particular slip ring. And they tried to improve that by changing the cover assembly with new brushes that are softer and don't wear out the slip rings as fast. These slip rings do in fact turn at the speed of the motor, therefore they get high wear. And I'm considering looking into slip ring lubricant, which is a lightweight oil and should reduce the slip ring wear, and it's designed to increase the conductivity of the slip ring brushes. The last thing we need to talk about is this little plug right here in the middle of this slip ring assembly. This is a rubber plug. It keeps the camshaft oil from leaking out into the E-cvvt motor housing, and when it goes bad, the motor quits working because of the oil. So if you ever get in here, you should change that plug. This concludes the video concerning the Theta 3 engine camshaft timing issues.